The story of me picking up a cougar at the bar. Okay, so I get to Panama, right? And I'm thinking Panama is about to be beautiful women everywhere, bikinis, you know what I mean? All that good stuff, right? But this is Panama in January, so I didn't understand that Panama is empty all year round besides from March to I think they said August or something like that, like during the summertime months. So anyway, yeah, so I get there, I go to the hotel. I see some Jamaican women there that working at the hotel. So I started talking to them and I'm like, asking them questions. And another thing I realized is that I can't understand broken English. I thought I could pick up on because they would be talking to each other, then they say something to me, and they'd be talking to each other, and they say something to me. And I thought that I would be able to pick up on what they were saying, right? But I couldn't. I realized I didn't understand broken English as well as I thought I did. Hold on, I'm gonna fix my hat. Because my head is too big for it to be like that. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah. So I get there and I'm asking, I'm like, so, where are the places for single guys out here to, go have fun, mingle, maybe, meet some people and meet women specifically, you know what I mean? She's like, She's like, well, if you haven't noticed by now, there aren't many of us around here this time of year. But I'm thinking, I don't discriminate, you know what I mean? If you look good, you look good, you know what I mean? I like Skittles. I like them of all colors, you know what I mean? I like all colors. So later on, I kind of seen what she meant. So she was like, yeah, honestly, there's nowhere for you to go around here. This is not the place for that, especially this time of year. I'm like, okay. So that night, I'm in there looking for clubs to go to, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Find the club is like an hour away, but it looks pretty ratchet. You know what I mean? And I don't want to go solo to a place where there's a high chance that I'll be in conflict. You know what I mean? Because then it could go really bad really quickly, right? So then I'm like, okay, well, let me not go to this club because this place looks like it's kind of ratchet, but it's the only place within 100 miles, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, well, damn, I'll just, wake up, go spend some time at the beach, go to sleep, wake up, go spend some time at the beach tomorrow, and just, get on Bumble or Tinder or something and see what we can come up with, right? So the next day I wake up, what I do, I woke up and, got cleaned up and stuff, decided, that's when I went out to the beach, hey, man, I'm going to go out to the beach and, see what I can come across. You know what I mean? And so I went out to the beach, walking down the beach, I see, groups of kids and stuff like that and things like that, and you know what I mean, and people are like, what's up, man, what's up, everybody, hey, what's up, man, what's up, man, shaking my hand and stuff. I'm like, okay, so it's a nice little vibe around here, I'm feeling the vibe, you know what I mean? So then I had a few shots by that point too, and it was kind of, I think it was about one or two. So then I walk off the beach and I walk on the street where the bars start, right? So I'm like, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend some money in these people's town just so just to spread the wealth, right? So this is where the most interesting situation I've found myself in alone came up, right? So I walk in this bar. Well, at first I look outside the bar, it's lined up with bikes, Harley bikes and stuff like that, right? So I'm like, shit. I'm like, well, I'm just gonna go in here and have one shot and leave, you know what I mean? So I shouldn't run into trouble that fast, you know what I mean? So I walk in, open the door, and everybody just, and I look, and it is middle age to old white crowd, right? All white crowd, bikers, middle to old. So everybody look like the guys are looking like, the women were looking like, and I'm looking like, oh shit. I'm like, well, I'm just gonna go in here and have a shot, so it should be okay, you know what I'm saying? So I walk up, and then there's an empty chair, and this is the hottest chick in the bar, right? She's sitting right there. And she was sitting with a friend at that time, I believe, right? And it was mainly women sitting at the bar, and then there were, the Cowboys game was on. So it was, it was like a bunch of men in the back, you know what I mean? Like old biker men, like biker boots, chains, all this shit, right? These are like, the first thing I started thinking about, like Jasper, Texas, you know what I mean? Like Tulsa riots, like these. I'm like, bro, this is probably not the best place for you, is what I'm telling myself, right? I was like, man, but I'm about to have one shot, so it's okay, right? So then I'm like, I asked her, I'm like, hey, is anyone sitting here? And she's like, no, you sit down. So I'm like, okay, cool, you know what I mean? So then the bartender turns out to be like a really cool, laid back dude, you know what I mean? So he was cool. So I took a shot, and then one thing led to another, and I'm talking to this girl, this lady, and she's like, yeah, it's my birthday, and I'm like, well, it's your birthday, we should definitely have a drink, you know what I mean? So I'm like, what do you drink? Blah, blah, blah. So next thing I know, I'm on drink number 2 after shot number 1. And I still look behind me every once in a while, and then the men are like looking over, and I'm like looking at them, and I'm like looking away. I'm like, yeah, bro. I'm like, then I have to use the bathroom. So I'm like, okay, man, I got to use the restroom. So I'm like, I'm not leaving my drink here and come back to like finish it. Nah, fuck that. So I drank my drink, then I went back, and then I came back. By this time, me and the girl, we've been talking, like, now we're building rapport, and come to find out she's single. She's at the bar by herself, which I don't even think I even mentioned the fact of what she said. Well, there was no guys with her, you know what I mean? So one thing led to another, and then she starts complimenting me on how I look, and like, oh, you're so pretty, you look at you must work out all the time. And then I'm like, oh, you look great as well, with the third, right? So now I'm like, okay, she's attracted to me, like, so I could have her, is what I'm thinking at this point. Like, I'm thinking like, okay, I can win with her for sure. And she's the hottest chick in this bar too. So I'm thinking like Jasper, Texas, Tulsa race riots. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, this is just drink your drink and go. It's like what I'm telling myself. And then she's like, I think she asked me like because I kept looking behind me, and these are like old white men. You know what I mean? And I was just like, oh, fuck. And then next thing I know, 2 more old ladies come, and they sit there, and I'm talking to her, and then I'm looking at her, and then I look back, and then the women are like, looking at me, and I'm just like, fuck. I'm like, okay, cool, okay, but you're attracting all this attention. Now look at all these men back here that are not now getting the attention, and are probably not happy that you're here. You know what I mean? So then I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna finish this drink and go. She's like, okay. She's like, everything fine? I'm like, if you really haven't noticed, oh, and then she's like, oh, okay. She's like, hey, she says it out loud like this where everybody can hear it. Hey, will you tell him that he's okay? He's scared because he's the only black guy in here. And then I look back, and everybody looks at me, and then he's like, oh my God, no, she didn't just do that to me. And I'm like, damn. She's like, man, no, you're fine, bro. It's not like that here. Like, everything's fine, you know what I mean? Don't even worry about it, you know what I mean? And then the ladies are laughing, everybody, now they're laughing and stuff, and I'm just thinking, I'm like, damn. So then, we start talking, and now she's giving me vibes of, she wants to take it to the next level, right? So I'm vibing with her, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. And then You know, I'm laughing with her, leaning over, you know what I mean? But I could tell she wanted to kiss me, right? So then I'm thinking, bruh, nah, we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. And then she kept trying, and then she would like look in my eyes deep, right? Like she wanted to kiss me. And then she would like lean in, and I would lean in. And then right when she got right here, I'd just be like, you know what I'm saying? And just like rub my face on hers or something, like to let her know I get it. But I'm not comfortable in this place doing that, especially the situation, right? So then she's like, I can't remember if I said it or she said I might. But anyway, we ended up leaving out the bar to go outside, right? And so then we get outside, and I meet some even cooler people outside, right? And you know, I was telling you I was looking for some cougar swingers. Oh yeah, they were right there, all of them. So, but I was feeling her, but I wasn't, you know, I don't really think I would have done that. I mean, I don't know, I may have done it, but I wasn't really feeling the other women, you know what I mean? So we're all laughing and they're all laughing, and now they're giving me all the signs that lets me know that, hey, this is what you was looking for. Like it's like right here in front of you, you know what I'm saying? So then I'm still denying her kisses at this point, and then she looks at me and she's like, kiss me. And then I like look around and I'm just like, and then I kissed her, right? And then I'm like, ah, shit. So then I'm like looking around, I'm like, I was trying to avoid it, I really was. But anyway, so then once we get done making out or whatever, I'm like looking up, and like it's like other men like looking to them. It's like, bruh, they gotta be pissed off right now with what I'm doing in this bar. I'm like, bruh, if you don't get out of here, boy, you may never leave. So then I just told myself that, and I was just like, man, I was like, yo, I'm like, hey, well, I'm about to go, you know, go do a little bit more exploring, but you got my phone number, like, just hit me up later on, you can come by the room, and then we could just hang out, you know what I mean? And she's like, you're leaving? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna head out. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna head out. And like, I dipped out, went left, and went back right, and went back left. I'm like, shit, man. But I don't know. So I got scared and left. I mean, I didn't get scared and leave, but I was just like, this situation just, and this, I don't know, I was maybe paranoid, but then at the same time, like, old white man, young black man coming in here, taking the hottest chick in the bar and leaving with her, you know what I mean? Like, it could go so many different ways. So I left, and she texted me afterwards, and I just didn't hit her back. And so, but you know, I definitely planted some seeds, you know what I mean? Like, you'll probably meet another guy just like me that'll come in here and, you know what I mean, treat you well and all that good stuff, right? So she didn't feel so bad about it. She knew what to expect. But at the end of the day, yeah, so man, I left, and I just left out the bar, and I think I went back, went to sleep, found out the Cowboys lost, and yep, that was pretty much about it, man. So that's the story about how I had an opportunity to pick up a cougar in a Florida bar, but I got scared and left. All right, man, y'all take it easy.